So you're working on the iconic 4-cylinder 4JJ?
No, I believe the term is voiding the warranty. This is the legendary engine that loves to just die every now and then.
This is like, shout out to Willowbank official Nathan. He into all these?
Oh yeah,
Like a D-Max with one of these in it. So we had Matt come down to fabricate an exhaust for this thing, to which we found we can't do that anyway, because someone's put a big 9-inch in the way. And none of us here are used to working with 9 inches, so this shorty exhaust.
Hey, funnily enough, all this is like what I've made in the past anyway, like 4 years ago.
You just put it to a different section of the car.
Pretty much. This is budget. But I haven't bothered cutting all this out.
So while Matt came here to fabricate, everything was fucked on his car.
So on this episode of Jake and Friends, we fixed every fucking car we've got access to at the moment. So this weekend we've been building cars again, as we've been doing this entire time. Pretty unsuccessful event last weekend, as we made pretty apparent in the video that we did. The event that we were supposed to be racing got canned, and then we were pushed into the testing chain along with everyone else. We didn't really get very many runs, didn't really have much of a chance to do very much stuff. And then on the runs we did have, Nick and I both had a few dramas with our cars. We've had Steedy down all weekend, working on our cars and stuff, doing a bit of fab work for us. He had the intention of coming down here and doing the exhaust from basically the dump pipe all the way out to the back there. And what happened was we started doing it and realised that none of the tube we had would fit due to the clearance between the diff and the underside of the car. Now full compression, you can barely fit anything in there. It was pretty optimistic of us to try and put a 4-inch pipe through there, and we'll be lucky if you fit 2 3/4. Pull the transmission out. I've got another converter from Danny at Spot On. Let me borrow it to chuck in the car and see if that fixes up a few issues that I was having with that. What we did end up doing for an exhaust, just to make it a bit streetable, we got my old muffler and fitted it with what we already had. The exhaust is about 1 metre long, but at least it has a muffler in it now, so it's not going to be so raspy and whatnot. If I want to take it out for a drive, it's not going to be so unbearable to be around. You'll notice there's 2 rods underneath it. There's a bit of a story behind that. This isn't the first time this car has had a muffler in that position. The last one met an untimely end when it got caught on a dyno bolt in someone's driveway. There's actually still damage on the lower part of my firewall from where it hit. We actually built the new exhaust through that spot where there's a massive chunk taken out of it essentially. If we ever took this motor and hot side out, it would never fit into another cressida ever, due to that one little fact. One thing I screwed up on pretty bad with the transmission is I didn't have any of the sensors connected to it when we were doing runs, so we've got no real data other than converter slip and sump temperature. So I'm gonna fit a couple of sensors in there and make sure that the ECU's reading them and we're able to get a bit of data, mostly just line pressure and servo pressure, I believe are the 2 that we're gonna run in it. Yeah, I spent yesterday doing that after we gave up on the exhaust. Matty's been up there at Nick's building a new hot side for his.
Morning.
How's she going?
Yeah, finished up about 12:30 last night.
Fuck, that looks pretty good. You regretting coming down here?
I regret working for people that work for themselves. You guys are pretty casual. It probably would have been better if we didn't start this car at like lunchtime yesterday. We didn't actually had any progression by 4 o'clock.
Where is Nick? Is he still asleep?
Yeah.
Should we go wake him up?
We can.
Yeah, let's go hustle.
Go party, bro.
Hey Nick! What? Put your dick away!
Getting up now? Can't, fuck!
He's jerking off. I don't think anyone truly knew and realised how much a RZ motor shakes around, and no amount of bracing really stopped it from breaking, essentially. The bottom of the turbo itself is actually snapped off. The turbo core itself is broken. So once this all goes back together and the turbo goes on it, we're going to have to look at a way of running a new drain line out of the bottom of it. Otherwise the turbo's just junk and have to get thrown in the bin. But his hot side is all set up, ready to go for something slightly bigger if that's the avenue we've got to go down. There's no point putting a 42 back on it, just to run the same amount of power and run the same times. Well, that's it. That's your weekly update on how we went with these things. Stay tuned. There'll be more to come. We've entered a private test day at the end of the month. Corralvin coming up. There's a very good chance I'm actually going to make it to Corralvin. I didn't think I was going to. I don't think Nick will, just purely because of the amount of stuff in his car, and this might be time for him to sit out the next event kind of thing, because we're both booked in to run this private test day at the end of the month. I'll have this gearbox back together and I'll have it running. I don't like the bolts I'm using in the converter to flex plate, so it'll be alright to start and run, but it won't be good to drive or actually put any power through. Leave me a comment if you like what you see. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Catch you later.